This weekend, Broadway meets Hollywood in an epic showdown as Rugby New York takes on the 2021 MLR champions. 80 non-stop minutes of hard hits, adrenaline-pumping tries, and unrivaled flair as these two teams battle for the Champagne Cup. The stage is set. Rugby New York versus LA Giltinis at the LA Memorial Coliseum, Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. StarBuilt, building the future of sports and entertainment. George Herman Ruth, better known as The Babe, still looming large over Yankee Stadium today, where he set countless marks that still stand unchallenged. The fans, boy did they ever love him. And for 22 years, he gave them more than their money's worth. He hit the most home runs with a lifetime total of 714. He received the most walks of any man in baseball with 2,056. But he also struck out the most too, 1,330 times. His total of 60 home runs hit in 1927, well, that stood for 34 years until another Yankee by the name of Roger Maris belted 61 of his own, but did so in a longer played season. The Babe's lifetime batting average of .342, still among the 7 highest in baseball history.
Let's do it, let's fall in love.
Mysteries from Beyond Earth. The startling and frequently bizarre world of psychic phenomenon and the paranormal is explored in this compelling film. Among the many areas of investigation are UFOs, psychic healing, witchcraft, the Bermuda Triangle, cloning, and extrasensory perception. Scientists and laymen alike struggle to find the answers to phenomenon which has baffled the world for decades. This extraordinary film helps answer many questions in an effort to expand our understanding of the paranormal. My wife, Elizabeth, always thought Dr. Kent took excellent care of her. I even remember the day she received a call from him telling her that the results from the pap smear performed during her first prenatal visit came back equivocal, basically unclear. Now, since Elizabeth had no family history of cancer, and because she knew she was in such great hands, she really wasn't too concerned, and planned to return to Dr. Kent's office for a repeat pap in 5 months at her first postpartum visit. She returned for the visit as scheduled and saw Rebecca, Dr. Kent's nurse practitioner. Now, since no one had told Elizabeth that she couldn't have a pap smear while she was in her period, she had to reschedule her appointment. Now, I don't think Elizabeth was ever told how imperative it was for her to reschedule her appointment as soon as possible. Otherwise, well, I'm pretty sure she would have. She was so laid back and calm about the need to repeat the pap smear. If only they had stressed the importance of rescheduling her appointment as soon as possible. Elizabeth eventually lost her battle with cancer a few months later. And I keep asking myself, why? Why did this have to happen? Across Europe, entire neighborhoods, villages, and cities were damaged or demolished. London, Warsaw, Stalingrad, Rotterdam. Centuries of human hope, knowledge, and aspiration lie buried under rubble. Whole families, schools, synagogues, and communities vanished with little trace. Death made so common, so everyday, the numbers so vast and inconceivable, they were rounded off in hundreds of thousands, even millions. For American soldiers, some would go on to join the fight continuing in the Pacific, while others remained to oversee post-war Germany. The end seemed near for Hudson. a Canadian Eskimo dog tethered near the shore of Hudson Bay, just east of Churchill, Manitoba. A 1,000-pound polar bear was lumbering toward the dog and about 40 others, the prized possessions of Brian Ledune, a hunter and trapper. It was mid-November. Ice had not yet formed on the bay, and the open water prevented bears from hunting their favorite prey, seals. So this bear had been virtually fasting for 4 months. Surely a dog was destined to become a meal. The bear closed in. Did Hudson howl in terror and try to flee? On the contrary, he wagged his tail, grinned, and actually bowed to the bear as if in invitation. The bear responded with enthusiastic body language and non-aggressive facial signals. These two normally antagonistic species were speaking the same language. Let's play. The romp was on. For several minutes, dog and bear wrestled and cavorted. Once, the bear completely wrapped himself around the dog like a friendly white cloud. Bear and dog then embraced as if in sheer abandon. Overheated by his smaller playmate's shenanigans, the bear lay down and called for a timeout. Every evening for more than a week, the bear returned to play with one of the dogs. Finally, the ice formed, and the bear set off for his winter habitat.